Can you tell me your name?
My name's Amelia Cabot, and I am a junior in high school
Nice. How long have you been at Franklin?
since fifth grade, so 7 years.
How has your experience been at Franklin?
Really positive. I've been here since fifth grade, like I said. It's a relatively small school compared to some of the other public schools in Asheville, but it's still not a small school. So while we do have advanced sports teams, we also have a really important sense of community within both the students and teachers and the students themselves, and there's just a really good sense of community here.
Speaking of advanced sport teams, you're co-captain of the volleyball team.
Yes.
And what makes the volleyball team different than other teams that you've been a part of?
Wow, I think my favorite thing ever is just the sense of community. Exactly like how I was saying, is that there's really a lot less pressure and judgment, and a lot more of the team is focused on growth instead of just winning or losing. So it's never about solely like this or that and yes and no. It's just based on where you've come and where you're going.
And how do the coaches contribute to that?
Um, they're just so encouraging. I love my coaches so much. We'll like say hi to each other in the hallway, and they really do well facilitating the environment behind the team. So they work really hard to make sure that everyone has a positive attitude.
How do you think it's preparing you for your future?
Habits of scholarship are a big thing in our school. So I've talked a lot about community, but there's also a sense of like accomplishment, especially in. So habits of scholarship are basically these norms that we go through our day-to-day life with in school that are basically the just kind of founding norms to functioning as a person in our society. And as we work hard in class, we also have guidelines.
How does volleyball help you?
Team building, straight up. It's one of the most important things growing up and going out into the real world, to be able to collaborate with your peers, whether that means you're on a sports team or you're working in a group with them or you're managing and delegating tasks. It really doesn't matter. It's one of the most important life skills to figure out and focus on for the rest of your life. Especially being vice captain, I've really tried hard to navigate the complexities of working with a large group of people and being able to understand that some people are not going to have a great day every day, and being able to support them in ways that they will need is wonderful. And it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling if you're able to do that well.
What's one of your favorite projects that you've done at Franklin?
Ooh, oh gosh. I think my favorite project that I've ever done is my sophomore year expedition paper. We were focusing on immigration. So, as a kind of famously touchy subject, it was really interesting to be able to talk to like first generation immigrants and get their stories and be able to create a paper that was meaningful and we were able to share with the community outside of school.
Did you find the habits of scholars helpful in doing that project along with all the other projects that you all work on?
Absolutely. I think one of the most important things is persistence. Being able to look at a project and approach it and realize that it's going to be challenging and still push through and still create something beautiful and really intelligent and creative, and using those just in everyday life.
What makes FSI great?
Oh my gosh, I love the student and teacher connections. That's, I think, one of the most valuable things that we learn at school, and that we experience at school is just the connections and the responsibility between students and teachers to motivate each other, to create a good environment, and just in general, just to have a good time. School, you spend so much time at school, whether you're a student or a teacher, and having a good time while you're here is really important. And Franklin does a really good job of inspiring positive attitudes. So that's, I think, what makes Franklin great.
And in 3 words, how would you describe Franklin?
Ooh, collaborative. I was gonna say cohesive, but motivated and happy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.